up and welcome to the Beneath the Dirt podcast. I'm your host, Rome Bone. Thank you for tuning in. Episode 163. Sounds about right in the fucking high. What's good, everybody? Thank you for tuning in, whether you're on YouTube or your favorite podcasting app. What's really good? Much fucking love. Again, for tuning in, man. What's going on? What is really going on? What are we doing out here? You know, we just chilling, getting ready for the fucking holiday season, all that shit. You know what I mean? We grinding, we steady, we grinding. What's that A&B song? We be grinding. That shit's fire. I fucking love that shit. That Year of the Sword project that they put out a few years ago, I was on the bonus disc, right? That shit was fire. I love that song. Damn. Probably going to listen to that after the show. Now that I'm thinking about it, probably going to listen to it after the show. But let's see what we got here. We got a bunch of shit to talk about this week, without a doubt. We got a bunch of shit to talk about. We got some fire fucking music that dropped this week, man. Fire fucking music. That new Adele, though? Come on, son. Come on. We gonna dive into it. Don't worry. But first, I want to send a shout out to Mr. Green for sending in a donation this week. He said, for you and Butters for keeping it trill, my low. Me and Butters want to thank Mr. Green for the generous donation this week. Much fucking love. Super appreciated. And yeah, we just grinding, man. You know, Butters sends her appreciation as well to Mr. Green. And we got new music, man. We got new music. Let's get into a couple of my favorite tracks of the week. Let's start out with the 8-bit bully. He's back. Jarren Benton himself with Mario Brothers. You know, this dude never promotes when a single is going to drop. He just drops it. This one's featuring Jenkins. God damn. Of course. It's a Mario sample. Finally, a sample I recognize. Again, I'm not big or remember much video game music from the Nintendo days, man. Even though I did play Nintendo when I was a wee young lad, I just don't remember the music. But this shit's fire, man. Just is dope. Go peep it. Jarren Benton been dropping fire ass singles for fucking 2 years now. Where's an album? Don't know. Kind of don't care because these singles are fucking fire. I mean, yeah, just go peep the shit, man. This dude, there's been maybe 1 or 2 singles that just have been, like, okay. But nothing, like, bad that he's dropped in the last 2 years. Just single after single. Peep the shit, man. Jarren Benton is that fucking dude. And if he just stays dropping singles, so fucking be it. Because the shit is dope. And I like it. Another single. Now, to be honest, I don't know. I never really checked Maez 301 out. I just haven't for whatever reason. Just never checked his shit out. And he dropped a new single this week called Black. And this is just police brutality. That's what this song is about right here. From Maez 301, you know? He ain't your typical rapper, like lyrical miracle shit. This is more of that new style auto-tune, but I dig it. I dig this track. I dig the message in the song. And he does his thing on here, man. Like, I probably should check out some Maez 301 because, I mean, why the fuck not, right? Either I'm going to like it or I don't. Couple years back when Tech Nine put out Nina, Maez had a couple features on that album and he absolutely fucking killed it, especially that Greenlit track with King ISO. Damn, that shit was fucking fire. And Maez fucking killed that shit, you know? But yeah, his new single Black, it's all about that police brutality, man. I dig it. And if you haven't checked out Maez 301, maybe peep the track. Or if you have, what do you think of the song? You know? So peep that shit, strange music, keep him busy. And another dope track that dropped this week, former strange music artist, ubiquitous, UBI, Obsessed Crew, dropped his new track, Orphan. Dope. I don't know if there's a video for it, but the single is dope, man. Obsessed Crew were those dudes that always could just rap their ass off. UBI and Godamus, they always could just rap, go back and forth. That Seven Chakras single, whew, that shit was fire off that first Strange Music album. Man. But his new single, UBI's new single, Orphan, I dig it, man. I mean, this dude's just, rapping. I didn't really get too much of the subject matter. I listened to it once as I was prepping the show, doing my usual pre-show ritual of bumping the Beneath the Dirt Weekly Bumps playlist. Everything I talk about new music-wise on every show is featured on the Weekly Bumps playlist on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube, so go follow that shit. But yeah, peep that new Jarren Benton. That shit's fucking dope. Love the Mario Brothers single. The new Maez 301, I dig it. And the UBI shit, man. Rappers just rapping their asses off. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, motherfucker? I mean, shit. But let's stop fucking dicking around and fucking beating around the bush and all that good shit. And let's just get into easily my favorite album of the week. No, it's not Adele, but it is Ouija Macc with Prettier Ugly 2. I don't know what to say, man. This dude just kills it. Kills it. Every fucking time he releases, this dude just brings it, man. Right out the gate, Prettier Ugly 2 is better, in my opinion, than Dirtbag. I just started bumping Dirtbag a couple weeks ago, still bumping it, but now I'm primarily bumping Prettier Ugly 2. But straight out the gate for me, this shit is better than Dirtbag. And it's just fucking fire. I just love this fucking project, man. I mean, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. This shit is just super dope. What did I want to say? I fucking had it and I lost it, to be honest. But regardless, I dig the shit out of this project. What I wanted to say, I just remembered, was compared to Dirtbag, Dirtbag was a real kind of just mellow kind of album. There was no real hype shit on Dirtbag. Prettier Ugly 2, man, we got some hype shit. This project, mixtape, starts out fucking hard. The first 4 tracks, man, we got the single Get a Life. That shit is fire. If you ain't fucking heard that already, what the fuck? Baghdad featuring Kill Whitey. Yo. Fire, hype, mosh pit music. Same with Origami and That's Wet. Those first 4 tracks just get you hype as fuck. devereauxx production on here. He did every song on here but one. devereauxx production on this project is fire. I'm going to dive into that more in a minute. But I like the mix and the change-ups on this album. Like I said, Dirtbag was a lot of mellow shit. But this, we got the hype shit to start out the album. And then it goes into Bad Company with Smart Death. Another fire song. Another thing I must say about Prettier Ugly 2 are the features on this one compared to the first one are much better. I was not a fan of the features on the first Prettier Ugly album. And those songs, the ones that had the features, just because I didn't like the features, just made me not like the songs. So, but this shit right here, we only got 2 features on here. and they're both within the first 5 songs of the album. Fucking fire, man. They both killed it on their features. And I gotta say, Pretty Ugly 2 is better than Pretty Ugly 1. Ah, man. I mean, this shit is just fire. Hype shit, laid back shit, some meaningful shit, like on Say It Much. Like, man. Ouija Macc, steady progressing with his songwriting, putting songs together, letting devereauxx shine more in the production. It sounds like, man, I guess I'll just dive into it with devereauxx's production. Devereauxx's production on here is some of the best production he has done yet that I've heard. Fire shit, man. I know he plays guitar. I'm pretty sure he's in a band. Plays guitar. Sounds like there was some live guitar on this motherfucker. Like on Quiet Game. Quiet Game is probably my favorite track. Love that beat. Love when that shit kicks in, that hook. Super dope, man. I like the sounds of what sounds like live instrumentation that devereauxx is incorporating on this project and in his newer production, man. He's another one. Ouija Macc and devereauxx just don't fucking miss, man. I mean, devereauxx produces most of Ouija Macc's shit. Shaggy the Airhead will get in there on some production, and then Ouija Macc will, bring in other people for production, but mostly is devereauxx, and them two together is just like macaroni and cheese, peanut butter and jelly, all that fucking good, delicious shit. You know what I mean? Not that Kraft macaroni and cheese, like real, legit mac and cheese. But devereauxx's production on this album is so dope. The new sounds he's playing with, switching it up, from Resistance 2, Wasteland, and then a little bit of Dirtbag. A lot of the same sounds were being used. It was dope. I'm not hating on it, but a lot of the same sounds were used. And I like that he's incorporating new sounds, man. Like, listen to the beat to Quiet Game. Listen to the beat to Baghdad. Origami. Fucking fire. Just, his production is top tier. devereauxx is my favorite producer in the underground right now. I don't think I've said it on the podcast or really put it out there like that, but I've been thinking that for a minute. devereauxx is that fucking guy right now on the production tip in this wicked underground, wicked shit scene. Just absolutely killing it. Killing it. And Ouija Macc, like I said, elevating his songwriting. I love the harmonies, the auto-tune. I mean, it's on here. It ain't blatant in your face auto-tune like some people do, but it's on here. And I dig it. Love the auto-tune shit. Kind of reminds me of the old Swag Tooth shit because they used a lot of heavy auto-tune back in the day. He did a little bit on Gutter Water. He still uses it here and there, but man, Pretty Ugly 2. Just, I've been bumping all weekend. I probably listened to this shit 7-8 times already since Thursday. I got my hard copy, a day early on Thursday. Put it in the iTunes, bumping it in the whip for work. Once it hit streaming, downloaded that fucking stream. Or the, from Apple Music, so he could get those streaming numbers up. I do that with every artist, especially since Apple Music has lossless audio quality now. Why the fuck not? It's the same as me playing the ripped version that I would do, lossless audio that I would do when I rip it anyway. So might as well give the artists a little bit of those streaming numbers, even though they get like 0.0001. If that cent for a fucking stream. that's a whole another podcast series on right there. But man, If you ain't checked out this new Ouija Macc, Pretty Ugly 2, I don't know if we're going to get a Pretty Ugly 3 at some point or not. You got to peep it. Another fucking thing that was super dope is at the end of the project, we get a little outro at the end of Pain Away. And it sounds like maybe this is the prelude to Stillwind. The fourth element, the fourth and final element from Ouija Macc. We had Trash Fire, Gutter Water, Wasteland. Now it's time for Stillwind. Is that up next? Are we going to get that shit in 2022? If I'm a betting man, I'm going to say yes, because this motherfucker drops projects left and right. I counted my CDs the other day that I've bought from Ouija. He's dropped 14 projects in the last 3 years since he's dropped Trash Fire. In 3 years, he's dropped 14 projects. You know, that includes the 50 Shades of Dead mixtape, the Shit for Brains mixtape, which is just mashup of Ouija Macc shit. But, I mean, this dude drops so much fucking music, and it's good. It's good. Like, if it wasn't good, I would fucking tell you it wasn't good. I don't fucking have to front for anybody at any point. I just don't. Either it's good or it's not, and I'm not going to say it's either one or the other just because. I'm just not going to do that. Nobody, I've said this so many times, nobody is more consistent in the wicked shit, wicked underground scene than Ouija Macc. Consistently dropping multiple releases a year, and they're all fucking good. They're all good. He dropped how many this year? He dropped the project with Baby E, Dirtbag, and this one. Pretty Ugly 2. 3 projects. Shit for Brains, if you want to count that. But nothing new was on there. And last year he dropped, 4 or 5? So 2021 was a little bit of a slower year. I mean, 3 projects is still a lot. And now that I think of it, I got to cop that project that he did with Baby E, because I actually went and bumped it like the day before I got my copy just to peep it, because I just kind of slept on it. I didn't know who Baby E was. Singles really weren't all that. And it sounded pretty good. It's not my favorite Ouija shit. It sounded pretty good. I got to get that hard copy just because I collect Ouija shit. Might as well just get it all at this point. But anyway, Pretty Ugly 2 is fucking fire. Another thing, a lot of people complain about fucking, man, I have so many thoughts on this album, and it's just scatterbrain shit. I love and hate when this shit happens, because I just hope I remember everything I wanted to say. I could make notes, but anyway. A lot of people complain that he does the slow flow, and, you know, where's the Ouija Macc that was on the Cypher 17? When he was da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, you know, rapping his fucking ass off. Pretty Ugly 2, he's chopping. He's chopping his fucking ass off on some of these songs. Rapping, talking his shit on this fucking project too. Saying he's the only juggalo rapper under 40 putting out dope shit. Like, he's in his bag, talking his shit, rightfully so. I dig it. I'm super hyped on this fucking album, man. Super hyped. I'm ready for the fourth element. Fucking spitting everywhere, drooling out of my mouth. I can't help it. Fucking nasty. But I love this shit, man. Really dope. If you like Ouija Macc, then you already know this shit is fucking fire. If you're kind of on the fence with Ouija Macc, you like some of his shit, you like the more hype shit, peep this, because there is a lot more hype shit on this than there has been on the last couple projects. But fuck, man. Got me super hyped. Ouija was getting super hyped. The fans were obviously super hyped because they got Ouija Macc's Pretty Ugly 2 up to number 2 on the alternative charts on iTunes, just ahead of Alanis Morissette and right behind Elbow. Who the fuck is Elbow? Who the fuck is Elbow? I don't know. I have no fucking idea. But Ouija Macc was right behind fucking Elbow, you know, good old fucking Macho Man Elbow. And he was pushing hard to get that number 1. He didn't get it, but he did get that number 2. And that's super fucking dope, getting that number 2 spot. A lot of people were also saying Ouija Macc has to put his shit on the alternative charts so he could chart higher. And I think I've even said that in the past before. And I've said that about other people for putting their shit in different genres so possibly they could chart higher. But, which could be the case sometimes, but if you looked at just the all genres iTunes charts and looked where the rap releases were, Ouija Macc would have been number 3 on the hip hop charts behind fucking Snoop Dogg and French Montana. Ouija Macc would have been number 3 on the iTunes hip hop charts if he labeled it as, you know, rap and hip hop. But he didn't, and he put it as alternative. I don't really give a fuck. Because regardless, dude charted high. I think he was like number 44 overall on the all genre, like, you know, out of every single release on iTunes. He was number 44, some shit like that. Very dope. You know, Ouija Macc is killing it, man. He has that appeal for the juggalos. He has that appeal for outside to bring in to this juggalo culture, all that shit. And, you know, shout out to him for getting his shit at number 2 on the iTunes charts, man. Can't hate it. Can't hate it. You can try to fucking hate it because he labeled it alternative. But like I said, he would have been number 3 on the rap charts. So, fuck off. And before we bounced off of fucking, you know, get off this Ouija Macc shit, I was going through his website last week just to see, you know, just looking to see what he had on his web store. And I had totally forgot that he was re-releasing the first Prettier Ugly with a red cover, as opposed to the original was a blue cover. But he did re-release it. I believe this was supposed to be for a tour. And I may have talked about it on the show, posted about it on social medias, but I fucking forgot. So if you didn't get your hands on the first Prettier Ugly CD, you can get the re-release with the red cover now up on his web store. And again, Ouija Macc isn't only killing it with the music, but as far as the merch game goes, he's one of those top tier merch dudes. I'm rocking a fucking gutter water hoodie right now, high quality, and he ships out fucking fast. Fast. You order some shit, it'll be out next day. That's how it was when I ordered the Prettier Ugly 2 shit. The Prettier Ugly re-release. I got Prettier Ugly 2 before the release date. A lot of people say, you know, you'll get it by the release date. Sometimes you ain't get that shit till a week later. Sometimes it's the post office's fault. Sometimes the motherfuckers ain't shipped the shit till after the release date. But Ouija Macc's web store kills it with the shipping. And they don't fuck you over on shipping prices either. Like some other stores, you know, online or artists or fucking whatever. Ships fast. And the quality's good. All that good shit. Prettier Ugly 2. Go peep it. Peep it. It's fucking fire, man. 18 tracks. 55 minutes. Is it 18 songs? I thought it was only 17. But, yeah. 18 fucking songs. Shit is fire, man. It's an hour long. Like, and this dude puts out full-length projects. You know, it'd be one thing if he was dropping 17 fucking EPs a year. But he's giving 3-4 albums a year. Maybe with the EP sprinkled in. He's giving you at least 2 full-length albums a year. Maybe an EP or 2. That's a lot of fucking music. That's a lot of music to put out, to digest. All that. But man, peep it. Better than Pretty Ugly 1. I'm not going to say, I kind of want to say that this might be his best shit yet, but I mean, I've only been listening to it for 3 days. Let's see how it fucking holds up over time. But I think I have to say that some of his best shit is on this album, like songs wise. Quiet Game, Baghdad Origami. Like, those fucking tracks are fire, man. Say It Much. I really like that track. Some more meaningful shit from Ouija Macc, but yeah. Definitely some of his best shit on here. And if I had to rank this on his discography after, 4 days of listening to it, it might, it's probably top 5. Right out the gate. Because it's so good. So good. So go peep that shit, man. Go fucking peep that shit. Let's keep it psychopathic related. Fucking ICP are back in December, starting next Wednesday, December 1st. They are back with A Carnival Christmas. Scrub Time Network, the Patreon streams are back from ICP. I'm assuming $66.50 per usual. I haven't checked out the actual Patreon page. I guess I could go to it if I didn't already delete it. Yeah, it looks like I fucking deleted it from my iPad. Oh no, I got it right here. But a cool $66.50 and you get the streams for ICP. And let's run down what they're going to be doing in December. Wednesday, December 1st, we got Juggalos Against Sanity. So, looks like we're going to have, I think this is what they kind of do on the first stream. Get together, play a board game. They did it for the Funhouse Party Peep Show, I believe. I believe they played Juggalos Against Sanity as well. And it was fun just watching them play, just talk. Like, again, said it so many times. Everybody says it, that you could just listen to these dudes talk and it's entertaining as fuck. So, December 1st, Juggalos Against Sanity. Saturday, December 4th, Juggalo Catch 21 game show. Don't know what that's about. I don't know if that was something that they've previously already done. I don't remember. I did not subscribe to the last stream that they had, which was the June streams? The Loons and Goons of the Red Moon June. But then on December 6th, on Monday, December 6th, this one right here, I said on Twitter, this will probably be worth the $66.50 alone. It is ICP Investigates the Fall of the Cottonmouth Kings. Man, I would love to hear how these dudes are going to break down the fall of the Cottonmouth Kings. Because, I mean, that's, what it is. Still is. Have you heard any of the new Cottonmouth King shit? That new single that they just put out was fucking ass. Terrible. It was so bad. So bad. Fucking D-Loke, man. But ICP Investigates Cottonmouth, the fall of the Cottonmouth Kings. Rest in peace, Saint. Rest in peace, Pac. I wish, not only do I wish they could still be here, but I just wish fucking Cottonmouth would have handled their shit a lot different than they did. But I'd love to see how they break that shit down. And then we got Wednesday, December 8th, the Zen of Love podcast. Like, I thought that shit was cringe the first time I saw it. I don't think we need to bring that shit back. December 11th, Juggalo Night Court. December 13th, ICP's favorite shit on YouTube. We gonna get a lot of Bigfoot videos and who the fuck knows what else from Violent J on that. December 15th, JCW's Bring Down the House Part 2. Are they going to be wrestling in Violent J's house? Where are these streams going to take place? Are they going to take place in Violent J's house? Do they have a new headquarters, or is Violent J's house the psychopathic headquarters these days? I guess we'll find out during the December streams. December 18th, the Juggalo Gong Show. December 20th, the Holiday Clown Cook-Off. I mean, who could forget fucking Violent J's Cheetos and mac and cheese or whatever the fuck it was? I don't even know. They was cooking some nasty shit on that show. Struggle meals, you know, shit that I would have eaten or would eat when I'm struggling. December 22nd, ICP's late night funhouse talk show. Always, you know, one of the better shows that they do during these streams. Curious to see who they'll get for guests on this one. And then December 25th, on Christmas Day, Big Ballas presents ICP Santa's a Fat Bitch Show. Now, the thing I dig about this is no complicated names to remember. You know, like the Moons and Loons and Goons and Junes and Blooms and all that shit. But yeah, that's going down. And on the flyer right here, it says a new Christmas CD single for all patrons tuning in to the ICP Patreon streams. And we got the flyer here for the first annual Santa's a Fat Bitch Show. So we're starting a new annual tradition. It's the Big Ballas Xmas Party Concert presents ICP's first annual Santa's a Fat Bitch Show live on Christmas Day. It's going down in Harpo's in Detroit. Tickets will be available today, Monday, the 22nd. Are they going to be charging $100 a ticket? I'm just going to assume so. That just seems to be the trend nowadays with ICP shows, just because they don't do that many shows anymore. Like, because of the shutdown and now because of Violent J's heart condition, they are really standing behind on not doing that many shows so far. On the flyer, it says everyone dressed up gets a free CD at the door. So if you dress up, you get a free CD. And like I said, on the flyer for the Carnival Christmas Patreon streams, it says new Christmas CD single for all patrons. Now, let's fast forward. Let's rewind to just about 6 months ago, 5-6 months ago, for the Moons and Goons and the Loons. What is it? The Loons and Goons of the Red Moon June. All subscribers for the June streams will receive an exclusive single from the long-awaited rival of the Bloody Brothers. Ain't nobody that subscribed to the June streams ever received a Bloody Brothers single. I believe they were supposed to release it at the Hootenanny Hoedown. That did go down during the June streams, or that month. Ain't nobody receive a Bloody Brothers single. I don't even know if there's a Bloody Brothers single even recorded yet. Maybe Gangsta Codes from Yum Yum Bedlam was supposed to be the first Bloody Brothers single. Maybe. I mean, they did Jack a Boondocks beat, and the Boondocks gimmick was from the Bloody Brothers gimmick. I don't know. But, you know, will you actually receive a CD single from the December streams? I don't know. I still see people say that they ain't never got the October and December CDs, gift bags from last year. So, I don't know, man. I wouldn't hold my fucking breath, I'll say that. And it's unfortunate. You know, I got my shit from October and December from last year. I got my shit. But some people ain't. And, you know, the Bloody Brothers single just It's still a myth. The Bloody Brothers lore is still going. But yeah, the December streams, like I said, man, if you don't really give a fuck about receiving the CD that they tell you that you'll receive and you just want entertainment, these streams are fucking entertaining, man. I don't know what to say. ICP, they're just entertaining dudes to fucking watch. The streams alone are worth the $66.50. It just, you get the bone when they say you're gonna get some bonus shit like a CD or whatever, you know, a gift bag, whatever it may be, and then you just don't get it, and you're fucking, you know, you're left hanging because of it. But if, like I said, if you don't give a fuck about receiving that shit and you just want to be entertained, it's worth the $66.50 in my opinion. I still think there needs to be cheaper tiers somehow. There needs to be cheaper tiers. Yes, they give a lot of content. They put a lot of work into these shows. Not denying that. Maybe $17 and you get to pick one stream a week or some shit. I don't know if that's even possible. Or you could pick 5 throughout the month, 6 throughout the month or something. I don't know. But $66.50, it's steep, but at the same time, it's deserved because of the work that they put into the shows. And I think it's worth the $66.50 if you do, in fact, watch all the streams. So go peep that shit. The December streams. You know, and speaking of ICP, this is something I'm not even gonna fucking talk about it because it's just beating a fucking dead horse. Producer tags, I'll just say this. Producer tags, I don't give a fuck about producer tags. I wanted to say this while I was talking about Prettier Ugly 2 because, you know, Devereauxx got his producer tags. It became a fucking real thing when the producer tags showed up on Yum Yum Bedlam. I still maintain that they shouldn't be on a Joker's card, but producer tags are just a fucking thing right now. Is what it is. And I'm going to leave it at that. And I just want to put it out there that I do not give a fuck about producer tags, except when it comes to a Joker's card. I don't give a fuck. Love hearing the Devereauxx tag, because I know I'm going to get some fucking heat when I hear that shit. When I listen to Young Thug and I hear, you got London on the track. Oh no, we got London on the track. That's what it is. I know I'm going to get some fucking heat. You know? Bunch of people do it. I don't give a fuck about producer tags. And I don't know why I just remembered it right now. But we'll put that out there. Just so it's on the record that I don't care about that shit. Anyway. So we got the ICP Patreon streams, entertaining as fuck, worth the $66.50, like I said. Peep that shit. And then keeping it somewhat psychopathic related. I don't know how affiliated Rude Boy is with psychopathic these days, but this came across my DMs last week. I had no idea that the Rude Boy was putting out a book. The Rudy Hill story, as told by Rudy Hill, written by Mike Shepard. Mike Shepard is actually the guy who helped write Project Born's book. And there's a whole trailer up for the Rude Boy's book. The book is called My Life, the Funhouse. There's a trailer up on YouTube. It says it'll be hitting Amazon early December. They don't give an exact release date, but in December, there will be Rudy's book up on fucking Amazon. And, you know, some people, I asked about it on social media, you know, what do you think about a Rude Boy book? Me personally, I'm here for it. I bet this dude got some fucking interesting ass stories, especially working with psychopathic all those years. You know, I'm sure we're going to dive into Rudy's personal life, get to know Rudy more. And I'm in on this book. I'm gonna cop this book when it does drop. I don't read books. I don't read like that. Like I said, reading words is hard. Remember? Reading words is hard. But I do it every once in a while. And when I do read, it's usually autobiographies. I just love reading books about, people talking about their lives. So I'm definitely going to cop this book when it does drop. And I'm just interested in a fucking rude boy story. I really am, man. In that trailer, if you watch the trailer for the book, like Rudy just seems like just a chill ass dude. He really does. I hope he worked out his situation. He had to GoFundMe a couple months back where he needed a new place to stay, live. And I hope that got worked out. I didn't follow up on that, but I hope that did work out for Rudy. Nobody fucking deserves to be homeless, man. But I'm going to support Rude Boy with this book. Hopefully he gets paid off the shit. I mean, it seems like it's all independent. It's him and this Mike Shepard guy. So yeah, I'm definitely going to support this book when it drops. I'm hyped for it. Curious to read how this book goes. And if this book, reads well, I might go and cop that Project Born book. Shit. Finding out that this guy is the one that helped Project Born write their book. Life in the Jecks, I think it was called, right? So, yeah. And I don't know too much about Project Born. I just don't. So it'd be interesting to read up on them. But the new Rude Boy book, My Life, The Funhouse, which I will say sounds like a Mikey Clark title. Like that sounds like it should be like Mikey Clark's book, My Life, The Funhouse, right? Because he had Funhouse Studios. But regardless, Rudy Hill, the Rude Boy, new book dropping early December. I'm here for it. Definitely gonna read the fuck out of that shit. Without a doubt. And then we got a little bit of a Astronomicon news. I'd say twiztid news, but I mean, yes, twiztid runs Astronomicon, right? They put it on through Magic Ninja Entertainment. Even though I don't think it says Magic Ninja Entertainment anywhere, they really do try to brand this as their own, a separate entity, even though they're heavily involved with it. They, last year or this year, they had the Attack of the Ninja show with Astronomicon, while Astronomicon was going. But Astronomicon 5, I can't believe it's 5. Like, I feel like they just announced the first one for Astronomicon. I can't believe it's fucking 5 already. But Astronomicon 5 is going down April 22nd through the 24th in Livonia, Michigan at Burton Manor. I don't know. It does sound like a new venue. It sounds like they've needed a new venue these last few years just because they've grown so much or outgrew the venue that they were in. I forget the venue that they used to be in. But yeah. So hopefully this is a bigger venue to accommodate the people a little bit better. But Astronomicon 5 is going down. I mean, just Astro 4 just went down a few months ago, right? Or, yeah, some shit. I don't know. It feels like the fucking, like I said, it feels like the first one just fucking happened. So April 22nd through the 24th, Astronomicon. No guests as of yet. They just revealed the date for Astronomicon 5. And then also announced this past week. What is it? Is it the 22nd annual Gathering of the Juggalos is going down April 22nd through the 24th. I'm kidding. Because if we remember, Astronomicon was taken over by the Gathering of the Juggalos. Astro was announced way ahead in advance. and the Gathering of the Juggalos decided to run their shit on the same weekend, even though Legend Valley had nothing else going on throughout the month of, I think it was August or July. I don't fucking remember, but that was a fucking joke. It'd be fucked up if they did that, but I doubt we'd see a gathering in April. Still a little bit chilly in April. But yeah. I thought that'd be a little, I thought that was a little funny right there myself. Well, let's get into some more new music that dropped this week, shall we? Shall we? Stu Bangas dropped his second single off his upcoming album, Death Wish. This one features Vinnie Paz and Ill Bill. The track is called So What You Want to Do, and this shit is fire. Love the production from Stu Bangas, just that raw, grimy shit. And Ill Bill, Vinnie Paz, bring it on here. I'm looking forward to Stu Bangas' album. I would love to see a new Heavy Metal Kings album from Vinnie Paz and Ill Bill. They just fucking kill it. I mean, just, two of my favorite artists out there. Stu Bangas is one of my favorite producers out there right now as well. And speaking of Vinnie Paz, they just dropped him and Stoop, the Enemy of Mankind, dropped The Funeral and The Raven as Jedi Mind Tricks. That album is out now. I did see somebody, somebody commented on one of my posts on Facebook saying that it wasn't available on Amazon Music, which is a little weird. But yeah. Jedi Mind Tricks, new album. The Funeral and The Raven is out now. I did listen to it once. I just been bumping that fucking Pretty Ugly 2 so heavy. Haven't got a real chance to dive into that Jedi Mind Tricks. Not sounding bad. Like I said before, Vinnie Paz, Jedi Mind Tricks, always consistent. I love Stoop's production. First listen through, it sounded like we had some classic throwback sounds on this album. Reminded me of shit from like, Violent by Design, Visions of Gandhi type sounds on this album, which was dope. I like hearing shit like that. But again, I only listened to it once and wasn't sounding bad. I dig it. I think if you like Jedi Mind Tricks, you probably already know the album. But I mean, if you ain't never heard Jedi Mind Tricks, you gotta just go bump it. Just go bump some Jedi, man. They fucking kill it. Go bump some Vinnie Paz. Get some Ill Bill in your life as well. Get some fucking Nems in your life and then fuck your life, kid. All right? More new music that dropped this week. Head PE dropped a new single off their upcoming album, Khalifa's Worldwide. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. I think that's how you pronounce it. But they did drop their newest single this week. It is called Not Today. And I didn't get a chance to check it out. But new Head PE is out there for you to enjoy if you do enjoy some Head PE. I did peep out this track right here. Mav and Spanish Ran. They dropped a cutting room floor cut, if you will. A song that didn't make breakfast at Sue's. Now, I've been talking about Mav all year. This dude's dropped 4 projects this year, 3 solo, and a group project or a collab project with Asan Eastwood. And he's been killing it. Mav of the Cloth, M-A-V. His project with Spanish Ran. Breakfast at Sue's is probably my favorite project that he's done this year. I bumped that one a lot. I dig it. And this song right here that didn't make the cut, it's called Wrong Way Home. And it's a dope track, man. I could see why it got cut. It isn't quite as strong as the material on the album, but it's still a good song. And Mav did say that he's going to be releasing all the songs that didn't make the cut for Breakfast at Sue's. So go peep that shit. Mav is killing it, man. Really is. And then we got Benny the Butcher. It's the Butcher, motherfucker. Benny the Butcher is dropping the Plugs I Met 2 Deluxe Edition. He actually did drop it. It looks like it's going to be a hard copy only. I'm going to look it up on Apple Music right now and see if it is up on Apple Music. I don't think it is. And it is not. But the Plugs I Met 2 Deluxe Edition looks like it's going to be strictly a hard copy, release in a jewel case. It'll be the first Benny album in a jewel case. And it comes with all the instrumentals on the album. And the only way to get the CD itself is in a bundle that comes with a lunchbox and a towel. A Plugs I Met 2 towel. I mean, the artwork is fucking fire. I really dig the cover for the Plugs I Met 2. It has that cover art on the lunchbox. I don't really give a fuck about lunchboxes or towels or anything like that, but I am a collector of fucking, I guess, all things Benny at this point. I did get it. I just did. I wasn't going to, but it just came down to is if I don't get it now, spend the money for the CD lunchbox and the towel, I'm going to end up spending more just to buy the CD later. So I could always, you know what? It'll look good on my fucking shelf back here. Put up a, nice little Benny the Butcher lunchbox back there. You know what I mean? And speaking of Benny the Butcher, I didn't talk about this, but it was revealed. It was I think it was late last week. Not last week, but the week before, that Benny the Butcher had signed to Def Jam Records. Now, if you follow rap, hip-hop, Def Jam, you know Def Jam really just hasn't been it for a long-ass time. But to sign Benny the Butcher is dope. It sounds like from what Benny the Butcher is saying up on social medias that he is going to release a project before his first official project on Def Jam. So hopefully Talk 4 is his next project. Produced by Alchemist and Derringer. I mean, come on. But if there's anybody who could save Def Jam Records, it's Benny the Butcher. Without a doubt. I'm seeing and hearing people saying that this is like late 90s vibe type shit right here, signing Benny the Butcher. And I agree. Late 90s Def Jam shit, they was putting out shit. Method Man, Redman, DMX. Fucking, who else was? I mean, just those three alone right there. Fucking powerhouses in hip hop. I'm trying to think who else Def Jam was putting out in the late 90s. I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head. But Benny the Butcher on Def Jam can only be good for Def Jam. Really. And I hope it works out for Benny. It is good for Benny, too. Signing his fucking first major label deal. No, because Westside and Conway signed with Shady. But, yeah. Benny on Def Jam. Snoop's fucking, he ain't running Def Jam now, but I forget what title he holds over at Def Jam now. But Snoop is doing shit over there now. That's cool. And, I'm hyped for Benny. Congrats to Benny. Congrats to Def Jam. And if you want that Plugs 2 Deluxe Edition, you got to cup the lunchbox. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That Plugs I Met 2 is just as good, maybe better than the first Plugs album. I don't know. But it's really fucking good. Really good. One of my favorite releases this year. No Instructions. I mean, come on. It's done. It's done. No Instructions. Trying to think of other songs that are on that. I just know No Instructions is my favorite song off that shit. Live By It. Come on. That shit is fucking fire. Survivor's Remorse. Another one of my favorites. Longevity with French Montana and Jim Jones. Just peep that shit, man. Fucking fire. Really dope shit. And, Benny the Butcher. And a couple more things. Couple upcoming releases before we bounce the fuck up out of here, I believe this Friday we're getting another C. Lance single. This time it's going to be Jarren Benton and skee on the song called Lord of Illusions. I'm in. I'm in for it. Gmo and Jarren Benton on a track can only be some fucking crazy ass shit. They're going to be saying some off the wall shit on this track. Like, they're both known for that shit. So that's what I'm expecting with this one. And, you know, some dope production from C. Lance. I'm hyped for that shit. And then we got new King ISO coming soon, you know? We just gonna keep releasing singles until the album drops. And I'm here for it because King ISO is that dude. DC Fago guy was telling me King ISO is the heir apparent to Strange, you know, to Tech 9. And I couldn't really disagree with that. I mean, and I told him, I was like, that's how I felt about Ritz. When Ritz was on Strange, Ritz ended up leaving, but to say that about ISO, I can't disagree. But he's got a new single coming soon called Help Yourself, and it'll probably be dropping this Friday. Like last week's podcast, I said Maez was coming out with a new single sometime soon. I said it would probably be this Friday because that's the trend we're seeing from Strange Music. And, you know, since we're going to keep running with that trend, I'm going to say that new King ISO is probably going to drop this Friday. And that's going to fucking wrap it up for me, man. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in right fucking now. You know, and before we bounce the fuck up out of here, false fucking alarm on that. Before we bounce up out of here, you know, I just want to thank everybody that tunes in, man. You know, we're gaining more subscribers on YouTube. The podcast app numbers are fucking insane. If you listen on a podcast app, chances are you're still listening right now. The listener retention, you know, the listener retention on the podcast apps is way higher than the YouTube retention. And I appreciate you. So if you are listening on a podcast app, chances are right now you are hearing this. And I appreciate the fuck out of you for listening to not only every episode every week, but listening to the entire episode. Average listener retention for the podcast apps is almost 100%. It's like 99%. You pretty much don't listen to when I fucking turn that outro music on. But I appreciate you fucking... I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. And another thing I want to say, an idea that I've been kicking around is adding a second show to the week. That's right, another show to the week. You'll get your Monday podcast. And I need feedback on this. I need feedback from the listeners. And I'm putting this at the end of the show because this is for the fucking diehards. This is for the people who listen to my shit all the way through. I'm thinking about doing a second show a week. What do you think about that? It won't be like Monday's show where it's all news. And I break down, you know, new releases, upcoming releases. What I want to do for my second show, and I did this in the past, and I stopped doing it. But if I do it now, I'm going to go just as fucking hard as I do on these Monday shows with it. And I'm going to get, it'll just be a thing where it's 2 shows a week. Every fucking week. I will, unless some catastrophic shit happens, I won't miss a week. I haven't missed a week for the Monday shows. And what? It's been a while, man. It's been a while. The most consistent motherfucker you know on this podcast shit. You know, sometimes I gotta fucking toot my own horn. But the second show a week, the second show that I would want to do is, let's have a fucking conversation, man. Let's have a conversation. I'll bring people onto the show. I just don't do guests anymore. I haven't done a guest in a long ass time. I don't even remember the last time I had a guest on the Beneath the Dirt podcast. I think the only people I've had on the show this year was Robbie, the dude who runs the Twisted History page, and Mike Sears and Luke the Goon. Those are the only dudes that I've had on the show this year. And I haven't had a guest since March. I just looked it up. Haven't had a guest in almost 9 months on this podcast. But like I said, I'm tossing around the idea. I need the feedback from the diehards, the people that listen, that have been listening. The day oneers, the ones that listen to the whole fucking podcast. What do you think? Need it or keep it? Flame emojis or poop emojis? Let me know. Hit me up. DM me. Comment on the YouTube video. Whatever you got to do to fucking let me know, do it. Because if you want it, I'll make it happen. I'll fucking do it. I've been kicking around the idea. Honestly, I think it's a pretty dope idea. Have the news podcast on Monday, and then at some point throughout the week, drop the second show. There will be a set schedule. Haven't thought that too far into it yet. And have guests on. I've told people, I want you on the show. I want you on the show. 2021, I was like, I barely had anybody on in 2020. I'm going to have a lot more people on in 2021. And that just was not the case. I told people, like DC Fago guy, I was like, bro, I want you on the show. I'm going to get you back on the show. I'll be in touch soon. And I just never did it. I just haven't had a guest on. And I just, I don't feel like it fits the Monday show that well. But if I did a whole separate show on a different day, and we could just talk about whatever. We could do a fucking top 10 albums, songs. We could just shoot the shit. You could come on. I'll invite you on here. And you could be like, bro, I don't agree with what the fuck you said on episode 123, motherfucker. Or should I say, like episode 160? Motherfucker, you don't like Yum Yum Bedlam? This is why I disagree with you. And we can have a conversation about it. And we don't have to hate each other again. I think it's time for a fucking conversation. Let me know what you think. I'm done fucking rambling. And, I think we're going to bounce the fuck up out of here. Again, I appreciate everybody that tunes in every fucking week. Much love, man. Hit me up. Let me know if you want that second show a week. I'm putting it out there. I'm committed to it. I'm committing to it because I know some people are going to hit me up. I know there'll be some people that'll say keep it, poop emojis, all that. And say it. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I really want to know what you think. But go peep that Pretty Ugly 2 from Ouija Macc. That shit is fire. Again, I appreciate you for tuning in. I'm Rowan Boner of the Beneath the Dirt podcast. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.